Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Whispers of Wisdom. We're on the final week of our NPD series. We've explored the foundations of narcissistic personality disorder, identified its relationship patterns, and discovered healing and protection strategies. And today we focus on transforming these experiences into lasting empowerment through personal growth and boundary mastery. There are gifts within the wound. While no one would choose the pain of narcissistic abuse, many survivors discover unexpected gifts through their recovery journey. They are deeper self knowledge and authenticity, exceptional emotional intelligence and discernment, profound empathy balanced with healthy boundaries, spiritual awakening and purpose, resilience and inner strength previously undiscovered. These gifts emerge not because of the abuse, but because of your courage in healing from it. The growth doesn't justify the pain, it represents your triumph over it. At the heart of both healing and prevention lies boundary mastery. Healthy boundaries aren't walls, they're clearly defined thresholds that honor both your needs and the relationship. To identify boundary needs, the first step is recognizing where boundaries are violated and where they need strengthening. Common areas include emotional boundaries, which is protecting your right to your feelings, physical boundaries, your body, space, and possessions, time and energy boundaries, how you allocate your resources, intellectual boundaries, respect for your thoughts and perspectives, material boundaries, money, property, and shared resources, and digital boundaries, online presence and communications. Different situations called for different boundary styles. Rigid boundaries create necessary distance from active abuse or manipulation. They involve minimal sharing, strict rules of engagement, and significant protective measures. Flexible boundaries allow for connection while maintaining self protection. They involve clear communication about needs, consistent enforcement, and conscious decisions about what to share. Open boundaries work only in relationships with proven trustworthiness and mutual respect. They involve vulnerability with safety, deep sharing, and natural give and take. After narcissistic relationships, you may need rigid boundaries initially, gradually moving towards flexible ones as you heal and with different people in your life. The language of boundaries is clear boundary communication, and that includes direct statements without over explaining, I language rather than accusations, clear consequences you're prepared to enforce, calm, firm delivery without apology. Practice phrases like, that doesn't work for me, or I need to take a break from this conversation. I'm not comfortable with that, or this is what I need in this situation. Setting boundaries is just the beginning. Maintaining them is where transformation happens. Remember, consistency is key. Boundaries that fluctuate create confusion and invite testing. You don't need anyone's permission to set a boundary. Discomfort in others when you set boundaries is not your responsibility to fix. Guilt is a common feeling when setting boundaries after narcissistic relationships. Acknowledge it without letting it dictate your actions. When someone pushes against your boundaries, respond with graduated consequences. Restate the boundary calmly. Name the boundary violation directly. State the consequence that will follow continued violation. Follow through without drama or explanation. The five pillars of post narcissistic growth. Surviving narcissistic relationships offers an opportunity to rebuild your life on stronger foundations. These five pillars support lasting empowerment. The first being radical self trust. Narcissistic relationships systematically undermine your trust in yourself through gaslighting and manipulation. Rebuilding this trust involves validating your perceptions and experiences, honoring your intuition and emotional responses, making decisions and standing by them, practicing self reference instead of external validation. Try beginning each day with the affirmation: I trust myself, my perceptions are valid, my needs matter. Number two, conscious relationship selection. Armed with new awareness, you can now choose relationships consciously rather than reactively. Create a relationship values inventory. What matters most to you in connections? Identify your non negotiables and green flags. Practice progressive vulnerability, sharing gradually as trust is earned. Remember that healthy relationships improve with time rather than deteriorate. Red flags deserve your attention, but green flags deserve your appreciation. Notice and celebrate when people respect your boundaries, take responsibility for their actions, show some consistency between words and behaviors, and support your growth and independence. Number three is emotional intelligence mastery. Your experiences have given you a graduate level education in emotional complexity. Identify emotional manipulation techniques quickly. Distinguish between authentic and performative emotions. Recognize when you're being triggered versus having a present moment response. Use emotional information without being controlled by it. This emotional intelligence serves not just as a protection, but as a superpower in all relationships. And number four is reclaiming your narrative. Narcissistic relationships often hijack your story, making you a character in someone else's drama. Reclaiming your narrative involves acknowledging what happened without letting it define you. Identify the strengths you demonstrated, even in your most vulnerable moments. Creating meaning that empowers rather than victimizes. Seeing yourself as a hero of your journey, not a footnote in someone else's. Try this powerful exercise. Write your life story in 3 pages, focusing on your growth throughout all experiences. Number five is integrated wisdom. The ultimate gift is integrated wisdom, the ability to hold complex truths simultaneously. People can have both wonderful and terrible qualities. You can be both vulnerable and strong. Healing happens alongside ongoing pain. You can practice caution without living in fear. Love involves both connection and healthy separation. The wisdom allows for nuances, relationships that honor the complexity of human nature without sacrificing your well being. Let's create your personal empowerment plan and translate these insights into practical daily actions. Morning routine. Begin each day with intentional practices that reinforce your worth and boundaries, like mindfulness meditation focused on self trust, journaling about what you need and deserve today, affirmations that reinforce your boundaries and value. And two, relationship audit. Regularly assess your connections. Is this relationship balanced in give and take? Do I feel energized or depleted after interactions? Are my boundaries respected consistently? Would I want this relationship for someone I love deeply? And number three is boundary check ins. Create weekly time to review your boundary practice. Where did I maintain healthy boundaries this week? Where did I struggle and why? What support do I need to strengthen challenging boundaries? And number four, growth celebration. Acknowledge your progress monthly. Note 3 ways you've honored yourself this month and identify one boundary that's stronger now than before. Recognize one instance where you trusted yourself in a difficult situation. The journey from surviving narcissistic relationships to thriving isn't linear. There will be setbacks, triggers, and moments of doubt. What matters is your overall trajectory and the compassion you show yourself along the way. Remember that your worth was never actually diminished by narcissistic treatment. It was only temporarily obscured from your view. The work you're doing isn't about becoming worthy, it's about remembering the worth that was always yours. As we conclude this series, I want to acknowledge the courage it takes to engage with this material. Whether you're actively healing from narcissistic abuse, supporting someone who is, or simply gaining understanding to protect yourself, your commitment to growth deserves recognition. The community we've built through this series continues beyond these 4 weeks. If you're a reader, I've included a few book suggestions in the podcast description. I also invite you to go to my website, which is listed in the podcast also, to sign up for weekly emails on empowering topics like this one. I will also be posting and sending out invitations for virtual group discussions on Zoom with like-minded people. You can just listen or join in the discussion. And don't worry about the cost. I will have a link to donate if you're able to help support the channel. I'm here to empower and help others heal. If I can help you, reach out to me through my website. Next week, we'll be talking about the spiritual significance of transitions. Until then, please remember you deserve relationships that honor your wholeness, respect your boundaries, and contribute to your joy. Never settle for less than the love you were born to experience. I'm sending you deep respect and love for your journey.